Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This video will explain on the idea of integration. Now in this subtopic, the techniques of integration will be explained. The first is integrations of algebraic function. So for any integration problem, you are given this sign. This is known as integral sign. Okay, this is the integral sign, and this is any algebraic function that is going to be integrate, and dx meaning that this variable with respect to x, the integration with respect to x. So untuk function yang algebra function algebra yang basic ni, okay, you soalan integration dia akan bagi dalam bentuk integral lah. Okay, so you ada function yang nak kena integrate. Kat sini basicnya x kuasa n, and dx ni represent any variable here. So we want to integrate terhadap x. So if it is here is let's say a to the power of n, so this should be dA, for example. Okay, so how can we integrate this? In the integration process, the idea is adding the index. So this one, if the original equation is x to the power of n, now after integrate, we will need to total, okay, plus the index with 1. Okay, add the index with 1. In integration, you will add 1 and then divide with the new index. This is the idea. Okay, kat sini you akan tambah 1 dia punya index, and then bahagi dengan index yang baru tu. Okay, then this is the indefinite integral. What does it mean? Because you don't have any a and b value here, no bounded. So if we have no bounded here, then we are going to have plus c as the constant. Okay, so contoh ni untuk integration yang tak ada bounded, tak ada lower value, tak ada upper value. So bila tak ada nilai a dan b ni, kita akan ada tambah c at the end of the value. Okay, that's the idea of integration. Okay, so this is basic of the function. So let's check what we can do to solve for the first problems. Okay, so the first question given is x to the power of 4 dx. This is your question. So noted that the idea just now is plus the index with 1. Okay, so that now from x to the power of 4, then we get 4 plus 1 and divide with 4 plus 1, then plus c. So we can simplify for this, x to the power of 5 over 5 plus c. Alright, so kita just nak kena tambahlah index kat sini 4. 4 tambah 1, so we dapat 5. And then bahagi dengan index yang baru. Okay, divide with 5 and then plus c. So let's check on the second example. If you are given the negative index, the same thing we are going to apply for negative index. So x to the power of negative 4 plus 1 divide with negative 4 plus 1 plus c. So we will get here x to the power of negative 3 divide with negative 3 plus c. And most of the problems, when the final solution here give us in terms of negative index, then we need to change this to positive index. So changing this to the positive index will give us the value of negative 1 over 3 x to the power of 3 plus c. Okay, basic idea to change this index, okay, any index notation. Okay, this is basic idea for index notation. If you are given x to the power of negative 3, then this is equals to 1 over x to the power of 3. So kalau you ada x kuasa negatif 10, ni maksudnya 1 per x kuasa 10. Okay. And kalau you ada 5x kuasa negatif 4. Okay. Bila kita tukar, 5 ni still dekat atas. Okay, 5 tak akan turun dekat bawah, tapi x sini dah turun ke bawah, carry the positive index. Okay. So generally, kalau lah soalan apa pun you ada, x kuasa negatif n, ni akan dapat 1 per x kuasa n. Okay, this is the basic idea that you need to know. Tukar dia punya index daripada positif kepada negatif. Okay. So that one is the basic on integrations of any algebraic function. Okay, I think you can get the idea, boleh faham kan? Okay. So now we'll continue with the next one. It is the integrations of constant. Oh sorry, we have one more question, this one. Okay, example on the what you call? Index of the fraction, okay, in terms of root of. Okay, this one. When we are given this one in terms of root of 4x here to the power of root of 4. Okay, punca kuasa 4 kan dekat sini. So first, for this kind of question, we need to change the notation from the radical form, bentuk punca kuasa, into the index form, bentuk index. Okay, so this one is equals to x to the power of positive 1/4. X kuasa 1/4 dx. Okay, kita tak integrate lagi, we didn't integrate yet, so the integral form and dx is still here. Okay, so once we integrate, then we will get here 1/4 plus 1. Divide with 1/4 plus 1 plus c. Right. So, kat sini 1/4 indeks asal tambah 1 bahagi dengan new index. Okay, so 1/4 tambah 1 you dah dapat 5/4 dan bahagi dengan 5/4. Okay. Tapi we cannot leave this answer in terms of double fraction. Right, this is one fraction and this is another one. So please simplify for this. Now we can get this 4. We can make it flip the value of this fraction. 4x to the power of 5/4 over 5 plus c. Okay, this one, the simple idea, if you have how can you be familiar with changing the double fraction, solving the double fraction form? If you are given x over 2/3, for example, I give this example. Okay, so kalau nak tukar yang ni, okay, macam mana dia punya ni? X ni remain. Okay, this one at first ni dia punya numerator kan, yang atas dia. This is numerator and this is denominator. Okay, bila tukar daripada bahagi kat sini nak jadi darab, dia akan jadi darab dengan 3. Kalau tadi 3 duduk bawah kan, now this 3 akan jadi numer. Dia akan darab dengan 3/2. Okay, so this one lah kita boleh tukar dia punya bentuk daripada double fraction, okay, to simplified form. Okay, so this should be the final answer for this. Okay, one more thing I want to explain is on changing the terms in terms of root of, punca kuasa. So for any root of, let's say you are given root of x. This is equals to x to the power of 1/2. This is root of 3, so it is x to the power of 1/3. So generally, x to the root of n, this is x to the power of 1/n. So now, when you know these terms, you can solve or you can change for any problems related to radical. Okay, so bila you dah faham konsep ni, maksudnya punca kuasa n untuk x ni akan sama dengan x kuasa 1/n. So apa-apa nilai je yang you dapat kat sini, you akan boleh settlekan. Okay, so hopefully done for the first part. Okay. The second part is the integration of constant. So what is constant? Constant is any numbers that you don't have any variable associated with them. Okay. So constant, apa-apa nombor lah, you ada 1, 2, 5, 10, semua ni constant. Okay. So if you integrate for any constant, okay, you can refer here. Integrations of a dx is equals to ax plus c. Okay. So, bila constant ni daripada tak ada x, dia akan jadi ada x. Okay. So, for example, if here integration of 1, integrate 1, then you will get x. Integrations of 2 will give you 2x. 5, 5x, 10, 10x. Okay. Why? Why you can get this idea? Okay. Let's check on, let's say I'm showing you for these two. Okay, so these two, it is actually at first to add, we have x to the power of 0. Dia ada x kuasa kosong, tapi x kuasa kosong you tahu nilai dia mesti 1. So if x kuasa kosong ni tambah 1, bahagi dengan kosong tambah 1, so that you akan dapat 2x divided with 1, which is it will be 2x only. That's why the rules is for any differentiation of the constant, then you will get that constant with the variable of x then plus c. This is the idea. So I think obviously you can solve for these two example. Integration of 4, it is 4x plus c. And integrations of 1 over 2, it is 1 over 2x plus c. Okay, just to relate a bit on comparing when we learn on this integration, okay, with the idea of differentiation, okay, because previously we finished on differentiation, right? Okay, among the basic thing that I can address here is for any index of integration, okay, you are going to plus the index with 1 and then divide with the new index, right? Okay, but for the differentiation, you are going to minus, okay, your index will be minus 1. Okay, for any differentiation, you are going to minus. But you don't have any division here. No, right? And you need to remember, you are going to bring the index notation to the front of the term. Okay. So, for example, if it is x to the power of 3, differentiation will give you 3x to the power of 2. But integration will give you x to the power of 4, because it is plus 1, divide with 4 plus c. Okay, so this is for integration and this is for differentiation.